video I'm going to have us react to is another narrative that I see commonly in society. And this was by a conservative pundit and political commentator do any of you guys know who Tommy Lahren is?
Nope. No.
The woman, that white
Show
girl.
us. Shut up. You don't know Tommy Lahren?
The woman, the fox, the blonde girl.
Yeah, the blonde. She's a blonde lady who works for Fox News. So recently she has had a new narrative about men. And it's interesting because girls seem to switch to really like, how do I put it? They view men in a positive light until the age of about 30 when their standards get higher. And so let's just play the clip, Blessing.
You know, because I was on your podcast talking about my little PSA to men where people say I was trashing men. There's a big difference. Andrew Tate actually trashes women. I don't trash men. I trash men that I think are soft, that I think are pathetic, that I think are little boys. And I think that there is an epidemic. I will call it a pandemic. The real pandemic is soft men in this country. And I know that you agree with me in a lot of ways, but I'll tell you this. There are so many women out there who are successful who can't find anybody out there because the successful men want the 25-year-olds who just want to be on Instagram and post their purses and their yachts and this and that. So I think we have a scarcity of real men, and I don't know how we change that.
We start spanking kids again. We start holding people accountable.
Yep.
We start letting people lose. We start like taking away the first place trophies from everybody on the team.
Yep.
You know, we go back to the old traditional values where,
Teaching
you know,
women.
you raised a man.
I don't even know if that would solve it, though, at this point.
It would
At
if
this point-
Everything he says makes sense. We talk about this shit all the fucking time.
Yep.
But the inner shit she has is off too. Nobody's like, have you seen the shit she be talking about?
Yeah, I totally get what yeah.
You know what I mean?
I see
So-
it, for sure. Because here's the thing, those successful men that get the 25-year-old, they also just rotate them, right? They get the 25-year-old, they date him for a couple years, they get the bags and the trips and the yada yada, and then the next 25-year-old comes along. So those aren't the men you seek anyways. But yeah, it is what it is.
I lost my damn train of thought. Because she's fucking hyper, she's fucking ultra successful, fucking super masculine. She thinks she's fucking feminine and shit. So like there's a struggle there too because the man that she's looking for, there's few and far between. There's not that many out there. But when she comes across that man, she comes across aggressive. You know what I mean? So she gotta come to terms with that shit too.
Well, it takes two, right?
It's
right.
both. It's both of them.
So,
you know what I'm saying? It's soft ass men and ultra masculine women.
They're both an epidemic.
Yeah.
It's not one or the other.
Yeah.
And to his point, how do we create stronger men?
Let's go back to traditional values.
Yeah, having a father in the home and holding kids accountable.
And women have to wake up to the feminist movement.
They do, and you have to take some accountability. Like, okay, cool. Like, we need to raise stronger men, but we need to raise more feminine women.
Facts.
So,
One did it.
Society has gotten so entitled, and everybody is such a victim. And it's when they say the meek will inherit the earth, the meek are inheriting the earth, but not in the way that it's biblical, in the way that
version of
we
Andrew Tate.
like.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
is she talking shit about him? That don't even make no sense.
She sounds like Tate.
Yeah.
To see it. It's not the underdog
Like, I don't
rising
talk.
up.
What she say? I don't talk shit
Men
about.
are soft,
Yeah,
pathetic.
I don't talk shit about men. I talk shit about these type of fucking men. Tate does the same shit.
Yeah, he doesn't
Same
talk shit
shit.
about women. He talks shit about
So-
masculine,
Yeah.
disagreeable, delusional women. What the fuck is the difference?
Because she was touched by what the fuck he said because he was talking to her. And she felt slighted.
Okay, so my question is,
Come on, man.
do you
Go.
think that men are weaker in 2022?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
100%.
Absolutely.
In what way though?
I think there's something still playing, Blessing. Oh, there's topic. Okay.
Absolutely.
From what I think, I'm going to compare the men I see now to what my dad was. Now, my dad took it overboard. He was over like masculine, over misogynist, if that's the word.
No, that's not the
No.
word. Stop fucking
Whereas
using
now-
words you don't know, dumbass.
I'll talk about the physical
So
side,
sick of
but
this.
this is not the important
That's
side. I'm
how
just
shit
saying.
get fucked up.
Don't let me go on her show, because I'm calling bitches out.
That's
This
how
is-
shit get fucked up. You throw the misogynistic word out.
Is that what it's called? Bitch, you don't even know what it is.
Yeah,
Shut up.
Yeah, that word
Like-
means a lot.
Now, I'm a dancer. I've been a dancer for a few years. Now I see dancers putting on like makeup, and just nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. But it's a feminine trait, right? So it also comes into like the personality side, where
Talking about men.
the men I see now are not as tough as probably my dad was. He was proper like,
Yeah, because men today wearing.
I run the
eyeliner
house,
and
I don't
makeup
cook, the woman cooks.
You
This is
do.
my role, this is the woman's role. Whereas now it's all very mixed.
That's the
So
problem.
I'm just curious, why is that misogynist? You said misogynist.
There you go. Check that
Why
out.
is what Miss
Like your dad, like why do you use that word?
Because he never cooked a meal in his house. Not when he was with my mom.
You don't cook your. Get the
Did he pay the bills?
A fucking dummy.
Did he
What
pay-
a
My stepmom.
dummy. It's
He would
embarrassing.
say that certain things are for her to do and not for him to do.
Gender roles?
Anything that was to do with like the cars and fixing or DIY, he would do it.
Hey,
That sounds
hey,
perfect.
turn this bitch off, man. Turn this bitch off, man. Yo, pop sound like how he was holding it down. Gender roles. That's how it's supposed
She
to
don't
fucking
know.
be.
She don't know what
She don't know,
misogyny
yeah, not
means.
at all. Not
She's
at all.
seen a snippet of Andrew Tate saying something, or someone saying that about him, and she just grabbed the word.
Masculinity is misogynistic. That's how she fucking sees it. It's
How can you be so just blatantly stupid? Google that shit on your phone before you label somebody.
That sounds perfect.
That's just
Yeah,
wrong.
like if
trend
I
to call
could,
everybody
I just gotta
misogynistic.
cook. He's fixing everything.
Yeah, he would do all the hard labor stuff, whereas she would do
Yeah.
like all the
And
That
Shut up,
sounds
don't even
that
the
sounds
stuff.
good for women.
and I would think that is where exactly I think men are not men anymore. They don't do.
They don't do that. They
ask
don't do that
people,
anymore.
They,
Yeah.
will, they will look at me and tell me, "What do you bring to the table?" Ask them, "Can you fix anything? Like, do you know how to fix anything? Can you fix a toilet? Can you fix a car? Can you change a tire? Do you know how to do that?"
Nope.
Most men
No,
don't know how
they
to do
don't.
that.
I
don't.
like those
Some men,
traits.
I like those traits.
I like those
I
traits
want-
still. I like
actually-
sticking
So
to.
y'all like those traits, but you also don't want to do all the cooking and cleaning.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's ass backwards. It's just it's real shit. It's
They
flipped.
could like that stuff, but don't let a man tell you to make him a sandwich, because now he's
But it's legit
misogynist.
flipped. It's legit flipped. Like the
Stupid.
men are fucking women, and the women are fucking men. Like, cause
She had the nerve to call her dad a misogynist because he
And
wouldn't
he-
cook, and then after that, she's saying she loved that her dad would fix things.
everything.
But he's what?
make it make sense.
You're a bunch of dummies.
It's part of it.
And I feel like you can still
Yeah,
be
but-
a feminist
Convenient
and
ones.
have you can still be a feminist and have traditional roles.
Yeah,
and
but,
have a home.
yeah,
and
but
raise
the
a home.
problem is like you guys aren't young virgins, so that's like demanding traditional outcomes when you're not traditional women. Like if you were a traditional woman, you'd be a young virgin.
Like
I don't understand.
Virgin.
I don't
Yeah,
understand.
yeah, like okay, so you're describing things. You're saying to the men like you're not traditional men, and I agree, but we're not traditional women. We're not 21-year-old virgins.
Now, what she mean?
They value purity and youth. The average age of first marriage in the UK is 31. That's not pure or youthful. How many bodies you got by 31?
oh, okay, loads.
Well, yeah.
That's what I mean.
I'm
If you
a
look at
child
your
of
mum, if
God.
you look at your mum and dad,
That's
if you
above
look at your mum and
not
dad.
understanding
Yeah.
what she's
No,
mean,
I
have-
mean 100%. It won't be like that.
But if you look at your mum and dad, how many partners did they have before they just got together?
I don't think
And
they'll
we're
ever
not,
tell me.
and as wo-
Exactly. But I don't think that.
and we're
men
we're
are getting-
overweight too. That's the other thing.
Yeah, I don't think men
By
are,
and
men are
large.
getting weak. I don't think men are getting weaker. I just think that society
No, men definitely.
wants them. What society wants us to believe it,
What?
and because nowadays everything's too instant. Like you were saying about, oh, men
No,
fix
that's
the
cap.
car,
That's
men
cap.
do
Men
this,
are
men do that.
definitely weaker.
100%.
Nowadays, your car breaks
And
down,
society
make a phone
wants
call,
that.
gets fixed.
Yeah.
Because society
I mean,
Yeah.
we
wants
as
to
women,
control.
we can
It's easy to
do
control
that.
weak
You know,
men.
there are some women like I can fix my car. I can put a light bulb up. I can
I've
put a table from
I've got a
IKEA
certificate
together.
in car maintenance, so but I'm not doing it. I do the pink jobs,
Yeah.
and he does.
But
the
do you
blue
know what I
jobs.
say? I still like. Obviously, we are not going to be virgins at this age. Of course not.
Yeah.
But I do like the fact that my partner, when something breaks in the house, I love seeing him take out his tools and doing that.
Yeah.
And then
Hell yeah. Stevie was fixing our ring the other day. Like, he got I don't even know what the tool is. He just
The drill.
Taking shit off the wall, doing electrical. Like, they really don't, my father is so handy. And that's like a quality that Stevie has, like my father, that I love. Anyways,
Because we old school.
Yeah.
Oh, baby, let me make you a sandwich while you do that. I like that. I still like that. Obviously, it's
but
not
that's
going to be...
misogynistic, though. I thought that was misogynistic.
30-year-old virgin, hell no. But,
No, and I agree with you. Like, I think it's attractive, but it's just like we're asking for traditional outcomes, but we're not traditional women.
Oh, no, not at all. We're not. No.
Also, I'd like
not.
to point out like the fact that I think Pearl pointed out as well that you used the word misogyny, which is a negative word, and I think what you explained was your dad just having roles in the house and relationship. And I think that's a pertinent thing to notice, that misogyny is like a disdain for women.
Yeah.
Don't forget, there's one of those key words. One of those new words that they use.
The
I'm writing them down. I've been writing them down.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
thinking, what's hang on a minute. All these words are keep on coming
That's
out, and
right,
everybody's
abuse,
using it.
misogyny,
say something,
patriarchy.
yeah.
Oh, is it? I'm gonna throw a cataract. Is it a cataract or whatever it is they're gonna throw at you? Oh, fuck.
I heard
No, I
Do you know
agree.
what I mean?
I agree when you say the word misogyny is not good. But the reason why I say it is because he went overboard. Like, one time we were in a restaurant. I went to Colombia back on holiday, and he was like, "Oh, let's go have a meal in a restaurant." And we were at the restaurant, and the way he was treating the waiters, like, "Bring me this. Why are you not bringing me this?" And I was like, because to him he was the alpha
being
male
rude. That
wherever
ain't
he
got
was
nothing
or
to do
wherever
with
he went, and
misogyny.
because he had businesses and good status or whatever,
Yeah.
he carried himself like that, and that's why I say he was so misogynistic that I don't agree with it. I don't like.
You
I
might
just
think
call
that,
him
but
rude.
Still not
he
misogyny.
might just think to himself, you know what? I'm paying for a service, and I want the service right.
Exactly, yeah, but he did it in the wrong way. He
Guys.
wasn't.
I mean, he could
wasn't nice.
be rude.
dickhead.
Yeah, like
rude
what
is
is
misogynistic.
misogynistic to you?
Okay, my understanding is some masculine in its.
Overbearing masculine.
No, that's what she actually thinks, though. Like, I think people,
Not true.
Not at
modern
all.
feminists, that's what they actually think. They think misogyny is just being a man. It's masculinity. That they think that's the problem. But it's a disdain for women. So misogyny is kind of like judging someone purely based on their gender in kind of an oppressive way. I think like saying things like you can't.
Hatred.
It's the hatred of women.
Like, you ain't even gotta
but
say
the
all
action
that.
of misogyny is kind of like you can't have this job because you're a woman. You know, X, Y, Z. That's how it it shows itself. It's not being rude to a waiter
Saying
or
too many
saying,
words.
my wife, she cooks, I pay for the bills. That's not misogyny. That's just being a man who believes in roles. Maybe overbearing at times, but
Do you know
it's
what
not
I was just
misogyny.
thinking? Her dad sounds like a older version of Andrew Tate.
Yeah, 100%.
That's,
Do you know what I mean? There's
every
no wrong
dad,
with that's what I'm trying
That's
to
like
say.
everyone's
But
dad.
it's not misogyny, is it? He's just an alpha male.
He didn't have a big mouth like Tate does, but he was very in his actions very.
And that's how most
That's
of
the
these women
woman's
agree.
role, and this is the man's role.
But that's the
and
type
there
of
ain't
man
no
that
in
you
between.
want.
And
That's fair enough. You have a right to define roles in your relationship. It's consensual, right? If I say you have to do this and I do this, that's fair enough.
Yeah, I
But you know
guess.
something, right? Even though she looks in it as if it's something negative, it worked for her parents.
It
And-
worked for,
It worked for
hundreds
them.
of years.
And notice they like aspects of it. So no one complains that my dad was paying too much of the bills and taking care of too much stuff and really kind of protect us too much. It's only like random small things, then it's like misogyny.
And you know the thing
have
is,
it
the
all your
older
way,
they
man. You gotta
get,
take
the
the
more
good
they
with the bad.
realize, you know what? I want to be like my parents. They didn't have it so bad. Because the older you get, you're going to realize that all of these roles that they had,
It works.
it works. And everybody's going towards traditional, and they're looking at their parents and thinking, nah, they were too traditional. But when you think about it, look at the longevity of your parents' relationship compared to the longevity of the relationships now, where people decide they want to mix modern with traditional, which don't work.
Gender roles do work, and I get it that we are just in a more modern society, so it might look different, you likely are going to have a woman that is working, just simply for the fact that in order to live these days, you need 2 incomes in a household. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit more modern, but there are things that you can do to offset that. There are things that you can still stay traditional on.
It ain't even that, because women have been working. That's not like a new thing. You know what I'm saying? It's
But
just
she's
that
saying you
this-
can't mix the two,
Right.
but you have to. Like, that's the world we live in. Women
Yeah.
are working, so
You can still define your own gender roles within a fucking relationship and shit.
yeah, who does what? And it could look different for everybody.
Yeah.
How much you want to bet that he pulled the tree down?
No.
No.
We waiting on his mama.